Dear Grace, Pastor Dave here. Hope you're enjoying 9 hours of episodes, Dear Grace 1 to 10. You want to be in the right mind. We're listening to that even while sleeping. We did listen to that while sleeping. Insert joke here. Pastor Dave. After reading 2 books by 2 pastors, decided I need to share my origin story. That's the way they did it in their books, so that's the way I'll do it. It's my origin story. The other 2 pastors talk to God. I don't. They do talk to Grace. Or she talks to me, depending on how you look at it. Or we talk to each other. It's about dumb, boring shit. It's all day-to-day shit. Nothing theological. Nothing philosophical. Nothing interesting. Holy fuck, turn off that goddamn car alarm. I was on a roll there, Grace. Now there's trains here. It's all fucked. Ready for the oldest joke in the book? 464. Here, I've got a train crash. Grace, come find me at 464. I'll be there being the hero. Saving the pretty girls first. Oh, fair. He just walked out. I'll save the old Chinese dude and me. Everyone else can go to HE double Doggy Sticks. Fine, as a pastor, I'll save everyone. I won't do the pretty girls first. I'll do who's ever closest. Grace, I'm not sure how well this is going to work. Some old guy's talking behind me, plus some guy pressure washing, even though it's raining out. Great, Grace. Just going to listen to orthotics for a second. Alright, Grace, this is what I'm going to do. No matter how hard I try, I can't seem to be able to get into a book, writing a book, got all the content, none of the desire. So I'm going to go back to where I started. I'm gonna read the fucking news. Or read the news. Pastor Dave reads the news. Maybe that's what I'll do, since I can't come up with a fucking sermon. I figure this guy talking about his feet might be more interested than me. More than 100 Canada Revenue Agency employees fired for misconduct and CERB payments. Recorded 370 cases of employee misconduct last year, including insubordination, time theft, inappropriate workspace behavior at the unauthorized access of taxpayer information. Someone's looking up my taxes, Grace. They called me a couple weeks ago. They didn't leave a message and they didn't call back, so not my problem. Can't get blood from the stone. Or can't get blood from the stone guy. AP photographer uses infrared technology to show how it is used in autofocus? Probably. There's a delay when they bring up the article, Grace, in case you forgot. No, AP photographer uses infrared technology to show how it is used as a surveillance tool. Everyone should just believe they're being recorded 24 hours a day, and they don't have to worry about it. Record HD videos, hands-free camera, earbuds, and glasses all in one. Samsung's cool new gadget has their first display of its kind in the world. Okay, one thing, Google's good about headlines. That's exactly where to cut them off, Grace. Untethered to the facts, federal judges say Trump administration has credibility issue as it battles immigration cases. Really? Credibility issue in the Trump administration? Punch baby. Cute little punch baby. Just saw her over at Walmart. And now she's coming to Starbucks. Bad. I assume she's a punch baby. All I saw was a big mop of hair. Haven't seen her face yet. Rule number 1, Church of Dave. Sorry, Church of Comedy and or Church of Dave. If nobody else signs up. Sorry about that delay. Grace, I guess we're done with the foot story. I'm not sure you can hear that anyways. Had a couple of... I'm jotting down ideas for the Church of Comedy. Atlas C225K1. No, Comet C225K1. Atlas crumbles apart in stunning new telescopic images. Archaeologists opened a chamber sealed for 40,000 years, and what? And what they find beneath the sand in Gibraltar changes what we knew about Neanderthals, coastal hunters, glue makers, and Paleolithic artists. Jesus Christ. Grace. Archaeologists opened a chamber sealed for 40,000 years. And what they find beneath the sand in Gibraltar has changed what we thought we knew about Neanderthals, coastal hunters, glue makers, and Paleolithic artists. What they find. Ontario family calls for changes after the 26-year-old son received maid in BC. Ontario families calling for changes to medical assisted in dying after the death of their son in BC. Keanu, the 26-year-old, received maid on December 30th. He says he lived with type 1 diabetes and partial vision loss, but says his big struggle was with his mental health, which they believe should have made him ineligible for maid. He said everything the doctors need to hear in order to approve him, his mother said. Was he actually feeling that way? I strongly believe not. First thought maid in Ontario was from, but repeatedly denied for several years. $1 million makeover in store for the Queensboro Bridge. Researchers discover AI language models are mirroring the human experience. My guest, Grace. We call this Guessing the Headlines with Pastor Dave. Here's some rules for the church. Babies are number one. Anyone nearly dead is number two. Everyone else is equal. And by number one, I mean babies get the most attention of anyone in the church. They're honored to get to sit in the front row. If they cry in church, we all applaud and laugh until the baby's laughing while the parent takes it outside. It's in Vancouver, probably in the rain. Fuck, I just got a little snow, Grace. A little snow. And there's fucking hummingbirds in January. I guess the hummingbirds just said fuck it this year. Researchers discover AI language models are mirroring the human's brain's understanding of speech. No shit. $3 months for only $1 Canadian. You remind yourself what great cinema feels like. Spend 3 months watching. I think that's the advertisement. Oops. Scientists may have severely miscalculated how many humans are on Earth. We have to start counting from one again. While most estimates place the human current population around 8.2 billion, studies suggest might be vastly unrepresenting rural areas. Yeah, rural areas aren't exactly highly populated. The APS-C camera is the gold standard for dynamic range. Decided Grace when I get my $1 billion. I got away most of it to the Grace Foundation, but I save $1 million for myself. I might buy a few cameras and lenses. The only APS-C camera to choose for great dynamic range. What is it? Fujifilm HX2. OpenAI is retiring its popular Yes Man version of ChatGPT again. Highlander, first trailer, 2026. Henry Cavill, Russell Crowe, Dave, somebody. The universe may be hiding a fundamentally unknown fundamentally unknown quantum secret. Even given a set of possible quantum states for our cosmos, it's impossible for us to determine which of them is correct. Grace. All bullshit. Iran wants to make deal rather than face military action. Ukrainian troops were stunned to learn their British trainers were not British. British trainers weren't using anti-drone nets, UK officer says. Just signals Musk XAI may lose lawsuit, according to Altman's OpenAI. Publish with a Canadian company. Do you have a book to publish? Frisian Press can help. Now it's raining almost as hard as that pressure washer. I think it's going to finally stop. I do have a book. Just can't fucking edit it. No one will fucking help me. US scientists developed 3D printing method that could reshape body. US 3D printing breakthrough builds realistic human hand model inexpensively. World's first MW class $2,000 windbone airborne and wind jet turbine. Just what the fuck? World's first MW class S2000 airborne wind turbine just powered the grid in China. 40 years later, Henry Cavill, the perfect choice to reboot Highlander. I should have known that. NASA tracks asteroid heading for a direct lunar impact. Countdown to... Weird. It's going straight to YouTube or videos. In case you're wondering, Grace. I know you're concerned. For 1 million customers in Canada, we scan suspected fraud sites and alert you if we find credit card numbers. BC woman urges dog owners to watch their pets on walks after husky overdoses on cocaine. Oh, there's a story. Why can't I just find some cocaine? I found weed a couple of times, cigarettes.
Oh, yeah. I just stayed nuts here.
BC woman urges dog owners to watch their pets on walks after hussy overdoses on cocaine. Canadian Veterinary Medical Association doesn't collect data. Says anecdotal vets are seeing more anecdotally. Cerebella taking a 2-year-old husky Nylac to the North 40 Reserve Park in Delta, BC. When he picked up a napkin off the ground, he just swallowed it whole, said Belle. I wasn't able to get it out of him. He'd done this before, so she didn't think much of it until he started acting strangely. Nylac had a condition called orthosyntemic shunt, which affects how his liver functions, so Bell rushed him to the veterinary. Test revealed Nylac ingested an overdose on cocaine. Some fluids were pumped into his system. He was okay. Had a little trip. Unprecedented measurement reveals quantum speed beyond human imagination. Understanding. Unprecedented measurement reveals quantum speed beyond human understanding. Pretty sure everything at the quantum level is beyond human understanding. At CERN, the Large Hadron Collider managed to turn lead into gold. Yeah, 2 fucking particles of it. A breakthrough that can make ships nearly unsinkable. Sinking ships really a problem, Grace? Google's AI Essentials course, a flexible self-paced course designed to fit your schedule. Final trailer, animated sci-fi, Arco. U.S. Customs and Border Protection detains Canadian passport holder. U.S. Customs and Border Protection detains Canadian passport holder and asks for DEA funds over incident from 2001. Global Affairs Canada reacts. Blood Tribe, First Nation, concerned over treaty rights after individuals stopped detained by ICE. Chinese scientists build first quantum network to hunt for dark matter. Good fucking luck. Doesn't exist. No such thing as dark matter. No such thing as dark matter. 1940, a boy followed his dog into a tree hole and found a secret cave full of 17,000-year-old human artwork. A little late reporting now. In 1940, a boy followed his dog into a tree hole and found a secret cave full of 17,000-year-old human artwork. And we're curious if that guy is still alive or not. Grace. Squash scattered spider attack chain with Zero Lock. Zero Lock protects hypervisors out of strengthening defenses against a scattered spider. No idea what that means. I think I may be able to touch Grace. Demand for used cameras is skyrocketing. Demand for used cameras is skyrocketing as one retailer recirculates more than 50,000 cameras, lenses, and accessories in a single year. This might replace your Canon 70-200 when it launches. $50 to $150, 2.8. Yeah. James Cameron was once asked to deal cocaine to film crew. That's what cocaine articles today, Grace. James Cameron was asked to deal cocaine to film crew. What do I do with this stuff? It's just how things were done in that super low budget world. The truth, the math on AI agents doesn't add up. Research papers suggest AI agents are mathematically doomed to fail. The industry doesn't agree. Calls for King Charles to formally apologize for slavery after research shows Crown's role. Book, The Crown Silence details how Crown profited and protected trade and enslaved African people for centuries. Of course they did. Just fucking get rid of the royalty altogether. Capture galaxies and nebulas in minutes. I was left impressed by this little budget smart telescope. It's time a fundamental part of reality. A quiet revolution in physics. I'm guessing. Because it's coming from phys.org. phys.org. This time fundamentally part of reality. A quiet revolution in physics suggests not. Time is a pain in the fucking ass, Grace. Please do fucking show up. Please and thank you. Today would be great. If you don't mind. If you're not busy serving people coffee, you come by, say hi. Grace. Scientists found 7,000-year-old mummies in the desert that don't share DNA with modern humans. Oh my God. This ancient people lived in the Sahara when it's a much more welcoming environment. Here's what you learn when you read this story. Two 7,000-year-old mummies from the Takaroki rock shelter in the Sahara have been found to be from a group with previously unknown ancestry. DNA analysis of the mummies, which are the remains of female herders from a time when the Sahara was more human, known as the Green Sahara, did not show the expected sub-Saharan genes. The Takaroki individuals are most closely related to North African people who diverged from sub-Saharan populations long before. Learning anything today, Grace? Consciousness has no limits. Small healer groups override. Consciousness has no limits. Small healer groups override random devices globally just by meditating. Another old article. Dr. Joe Dispenza, in collaboration with Heart Math Institute, announced new findings expanding scientific understanding of the relationship between human consciousness and the physical world. Don't have a fucking clue. Talking to yourself when you're alone. Psychology explains why it's often a sign of exceptional abilities. Well, there you go, Grace. I've been talking to myself alone for 5 years now, so clearly that's a sign of exceptional abilities. Or fucking lunatic. I'm gonna wait out a guy, Grace. He's sitting at my table. Got a bigger coffee than me, but he was here before me, so I think I can wait him out. then he'll move, then I'll move. Talking to Grace when you're alone, psychology explains why it's often assigned exceptional abilities.
That's a little wet.
All right, Grace. I forgive you, Grace. I forgive you for not being Chinese. Because if you're Chinese, then we can make our own punch babies. Alright, let's read this whole article, see why I'm exceptional for being alone. I'm talking to myself. Technically I'm talking to Grace, not myself. If Grace exists. If Grace doesn't exist, then I'm talking to myself, but who knows. You're washing dishes alone late at night when you suddenly realize you're arguing. Baby. White baby. Realize you're arguing aloud with yourself. Not just a mutter, but a full conversation. Question, answer, may debate. For a split second, you freeze. Wow, am I losing it?
Expecting somebody?
No.
The chair is getting wet there.
Oh, no worries.
You sit in the corner here, it's better.
Yeah, I know. A different guy left. But now I'm kind of happy with my seat. He was behind me, I didn't like that, so this is good. I was concerned about the chair getting wet. Yeah, it's in this business, but whatever. Still gonna wait out the other guy. Wow, am I losing it? Then you notice the same thing happening when you're driving or walking or just trying to decide what to text someone back. We rarely admit this out loud, yet many of us have a secret parallel radio show in our heads and through our lips, words aimed at no one, spoken to no audience, yet strangely helpful. Psychology has been studying this habit for years, and the verdict is a lot more flattering than you might think. Why talking to yourself isn't weird at all, and what it really signals. Walk into any open plan office early in the morning and just listen. You'll hear tiny monologues at desks, whispered lines near printers, quiet, okay, so, and the meeting room still empty. The people doing this are not eccentric ones in the corner. They're project managers, designers, developers, parents scheduling pediatric appointments in their heads. They're people trying hard to keep a dozen mental tabs from crashing. They're just bored as fuck. Small break at the camera store. Unleash your creativity with small break. Available at the camera store. U.S. move to overthrow Cuba will put Canada in worst. Canada worst bind in Venezuela aftermath. Little Boy's library book was due in 1989. 36 years later, 36 years later, he brought it back. He realized his parents had never returned it. After finding Harry the dirty dog at his dad's house in Greece, Demetrius Economo. Well, someone took that chair. Potentially habitable new planet has been discovered 146 light years away. Wow. A testing PC is quite as the Mac Mini, but is expandable as a desktop. The study says gray hair may be reversible. Reduce your screen time with our screen-free digital cameras. Kind of defeats the point. Creality promises a closed-loop filament workflow. A new laser-powered optofluidics-enabled engineering 3D printing metals. Africa's tectonic split is already measurable today, even though beloved Vancouver music store closes down last shop. Guess it wasn't that beloved. New megasites, cities, challenges long-held perceptions. Opinion, hard lessons, violence in Canadian schools is reaching a tipping point. What needs to change? Canada's not Minnesota, minister says, in reaction to U.S. immigration. This batch of Epstein files reveals sex offender was allowed into Canada after conviction. Scientists create off-the-shelf cartilage that safely guides the top 10 most dangerous cities in Canada for 2026 new list. Let's go, Grace. Let's see if our little town's on here. Most dangerous cities in Canada. Canada's safest cities. Most livable cities. New list of most livable cities in Canada. Most dangerous cities in Canada 2026. Surrey, British Columbia, right across the bridge. Never going to Surrey again. Lethbridge, Alberta. Interesting. Sudbury, Ontario. Kelowna, British Columbia. 2 for BC. Winnipeg, Manitoba. Not a big surprise there. Brantford, Ontario. Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. That's interesting. Been there. Seems like a nice place. Oshawa, Ontario. Hamilton, Ontario. Really, Ontario is not the place to be. And Brampton, Ontario. Ontario is the worst fucking place to live. And then why'd you put the table at the bottom? No, there's some more. Brampton, Kamloops, London, Regina, Nanaimo, Moncton, Saskatoon, St. Catharines, Edmonton, Windsor, and Mississauga. Top 5 safest cities in Canada. Quebec City, Oakville, Burlington, Ottawa, Montreal. Procrastinating isn't a sign of laziness or lack of willpower. A unique writing instrument, a classic from the 1920s, reinvented. Brand new Android voice typing super tool. So, Path author Raynor Wynn to release a new book on walking. Wow. A whole book on walking. Oh, on walking alone. Big fucking deal. I guess. No offense, but if you need an entire book on walking alone, you might need something else. Maybe 1 hour a day is what I need to get the sarcasm out of my system. Microsoft Explorer is bringing Linux-like top menu bar to Windows. Large Hadron Collider reveals primordial soap of the early universe. How to get our kids to read books. Trump says he's decertifying Canada-made aircraft. That's a study using 50-year-old Apollo moon sample suggests. Remarkable book on quantum mechanics reveals a really big idea. Yet all those scientists can't find a single fucking piece of evidence. Hundreds of scientists, thousands of scientists, billions of dollars. Just saying, Grace. New DNA analysis rewrites the story of beachy head women. Don't know what that is. It's not too late to fix it. Web inventor Tim Berners-Lee says. Bondi announces $1 million reward for whistleblower who reported the visionary sci-fi thriller asks the ultimate question: what if the future depends on a book written today? Tired of being lonely. Tired of being alone, Grace. Joe Rogan has Greg Fitzsimmons on. ICE claims that a man shattered his skull running into a wall. Triggers. ICE claimed that a man shattered his skull running into wall triggers tension at a Minnesota hospital. I mean, you can't use a fucking comma in a title, you know? Just saying. Life breaks its own limit by the 100,000 times to image matter at the speed of something. The Schrödinger equation just turned 100, and quantum physics still don't know what the fuck to do with it. So Grabberg The Schrödinger equation just turned 100 and quantum physics physicists are still grappling with its mysteries. Cardboard construction tools. Upcycle everyday cardboard hours of don't care. What are tattooing planets? Why are tattooing planets rare? General relativity explains why. The amount of knowledge we have on fucking places that we can't even fucking go to seems a little fucking excessive, Grace.
I do have a language on there. Maybe I'll have to start studying that. That's not so bad.
Grace. NASA delays the first Artemis moonshot with astronauts because they're full of shit. Because of extreme cold at launch site. Ooh, it's too cold to launch. Ooh. Bullshit. I wonder which director they got this time. Jack Kerouac's 37-meter long first draft scroll of On the Road. 37-meter long first draft scroll of On the Road to be auctioned. The draft, one of the Beat Generation's defining artifacts, will be part of the advertisement. So he typed on a roll of paper so he wouldn't have to put in new sheets. Pretty fucking smart. Go full stream of consciousness on that shit. Paranthropos. Youth also could rewrite human history. Everything's rewriting human history. China moves into manufacturing disruptive new semiconductor glass. 69 new sci-fi, fantasy, and horror books coming your way in 2026. Camera body meets camera brain. Over 300,000 sold. See why photographers love Arsenal. ICE expands power of agents to arrest people without warrants. Of course. A lot of news. Russia's Inspector satellite appears to break apart in orbit. 7 must-read books for mastering essential life skills. The Daily Life of Dave by Pastor Dave is number 1. Pastor Dave, The Early Years, number 2. Pastor Dave Marries Grace, number 3. Pastor Dave and Grace raise a bunch of rugrats, number 4. Non-violent communication, a language of compassion by Marshall Rosenberg, 1999. Non-violent communication, that's a bit of a violent title. Grace. Just saying. Emotional Intelligence, Why It Can Matter More Than IQ by Daniel Coleman, 1995. 4,000 Weeks, Time Management for Mortals by Oliver Berkman, 2021. Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know by Adam Grant, 2021. The Psychology of Money, Timeless Lessons on Wealth, Greed, and Happiness by Morgan Housel. Those like amazing books. The Simple Path to Your Wealth. Simple Path to Wealth. Your Roadmap to Financial Independence and a Rich, Free Life by J.L. Collins, 2016. Bird by Bird, Some Instructions in Writing About Life, Writing and Life by Anne Lamott, 1994. Getting boring, Grace. Physicists watch a superfluid freeze, revealing a strange new blah blah blah. No vocabulary more than the life it portrays on the land. Jurassic predators feasted on baby long-necked dinosaurs. Lattice surgery realized on 2 distant 3 repeat codes. Make a complaint. World's first mushroom toilet. UBC unveils the Myco toilet, turning human waste into nutrient-rich compost. Mushroom-powered waterless toilet. Mushroom toilets. I think I'm going to be on a never-ending scroll here, Grace. 8 great books become mentally unstoppable. Discover the books that train your mind to stay calm, focused, and resilient under pressure. The Untethered Soul, Michael A. Singer. Atomic Habits, James Clear. Thinking Fast and Slow, Daniel Kahneman, whatever. Deep Work, Cal Newport. Can't Hurt Me, David Goggins. Mindset, Carol S. Dweck. Carol S. Weck, I don't know. Emotional Intelligence, Daniel Goleman. The Hour of Now, Eckhart Tolle. And Conclusion, my favorite book, Conclusion. Right next to Introduction. Kawasaki unveils rideable robot horse that can climb. Tesla sold 430 million worth of its Megapack batteries. Blind author published his first book, age 90. Even blind guys can fucking write a book, I can. Kingle Hack, every reader should know about. This weekend's snow moon could be the last full moon before Artemis. Neanderthal, blah 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 blah. Strange red rocks in Australia. Getting done, Grace. This news is going on forever. I hope you enjoy it. Classic version. A Day in the Life of Dave. Grace.